In this presentation, I would like us to step back and look at the course objectives so that we put into perspective why we are doing what we are doing. So there are 7 objectives in this course, and as you see them is to describe the history of computer-supported cooperative work, to describe the history of social computing, to evaluate a computer-supported cooperative work site, evaluate a social computing site, develop a computer-supported cooperative work site, develop a social computing site, and for the graduate students, analyze trends in collaborative computing. And I want us to focus on the keywords here is we need to know how to describe, to evaluate, and to develop computer-supported cooperative work site. So here is the course layout. I have had a lot of questions about why we are doing the things we are doing in this class. This course is not about SharePoint. SharePoint is the platform that we are using to manage our course. So we are not learning about SharePoint, and we're not going to go into in-depth about SharePoint or the administrative side of it. This is just a platform, just like D2L we have picked to use for this course. So in this course, for many projects, our focus is to understand how SharePoint works and in a team network. And Salesforce and Lynda are the learning platforms that we're using to manage our mini projects. That means Salesforce, they have courses already designed that can be used to support what we are doing in class and to supplement that. So in Salesforce, we will be focusing more on data analytics, which is something that we'll be using for a comprehensive project. And Lynda will be using about user experience design, because for your comprehensive project, you'll need to know that so that as you're designing for your customer, you have some pointers about how to do that effectively and efficiently. For digital storytelling, it is about how to lay out your topic or your project so it tells a story, and that is a really important thing when you're designing for an end user, and we'll learn more about that as we get closer. And also there's one quiz in mini project which will be a project-based quiz. Discussions are the sections where we learn about topics that are related to computer-supported cooperative work and collaborative computing, and that's where we get to discuss what we learned about those topics, and we also discuss about what we read in our course textbook. And then in activities is where we engage with the topics we learn. We have Lynda, which, as I said, is our user experience design, and that's where other 2 quizzes are located. But all these things are brought together in the comprehensive project. Comprehensive project is the development part of our course objective. So I hope this clears out what we are doing and why we are doing what we're doing, so that as we move forward, especially as projects start to ramp up, you know why we are doing what we're doing. So a reflection of last week, we had mini project 3, which was to customize your SharePoint site. And the question I'm getting is how much customization is customizing. So as I said in the assignment is that make sure your site is professional looking and it has enough information to tell us a little bit about you, and also has some apps that you have added, either a discussion app or document app, whatever app it is, and soon enough you're going to be doing a wiki, so that is one of another app. So we have discussion 3, the history of computer-supported cooperative work, which is part of an objective. We need to know where this CSCW comes from so that we may know where we are at and where we are headed. In the comprehensive project last week, you had to create a Microsoft Teams site that to be shared with your teammates and to be shared with me. So that is where I'll be looking for the comprehensive project development, and hopefully so far you have connected OneNote to your Microsoft Teams and have started documenting your team meetings. Activity 3 is Salesforce Trailhead Prep. So that was just setting up Salesforce, seeing the trailhead for this course, and being able to connect it to LinkedIn. So what is coming up this week? It is mini project 4, you're creating a SharePoint wiki, discussion 4, which is social computing and big data, and comprehensive project, you'll be meeting with your business this week, the next 2 weeks, and activity 4, which is Skype meeting. So SharePoint wiki. So you'll be creating a wiki page on your SharePoint subsite, that is meaning your personal SharePoint. So, and on the wiki, you'll be posting the research that you'll be writing an article about social computing and big data. And you'll be answering these questions. What is social computing? What is big data? And then on the Forbes site, there are 12 big data definitions. You are to pick one of those 12 definitions and explain why you think this is the definition of big data. And then you also to answer how are social computing and big data revolutionizing business and the workplace. So all that will be posted on your wiki. So in the discussion 4 is taking what you posted on your wiki and take a summary of it and post it in your in discussion 4. So then you respond to 2 of your peers. So the comprehensive project. So this one is you're going to be going into the community and speaking to the business about your project. One thing to do is that be prepared to bring a proposal of your project idea. That means you need to do some research about this business before the meeting and kind of see what is you can see could be a potential project idea, because you don't want to show up at this meeting and have absolutely no clue what to talk about. So create a one-page proposal to bring with you at this meeting. During the meeting, have a detailed documentation of what you talk about. Make sure you have a well-defined problem, proposed solution, and expectations before you leave the meeting. Share your meeting notes with the business owner and also share your project plan. The project plan template is posted on our course SharePoint under projects in the project folders. And document all your correspondences. That means every meeting with the business and every meeting with your teammates. For those who are online, make sure you videotape your meetings to show that, to prove that all the teammates were present. So then use OneNote on Microsoft Teams to post all those meeting notes. And use the project documentation file, like I mentioned, to have a plan, a project plan for the project you plan to deliver. So to get credit for this assignment, you need to have a OneNote documentation of your meeting, both with the business and with your teams. And the teams that will get these points are the ones who attended the meeting with the business, and also the ones who attend the meeting of the teams. So then have a project plan, and that's what I'll be looking in your Microsoft Teams site. I will go in and see whether you have created a plan and whether you have shared it with your business. And just a thing to note is that this is a 2-week assignment. It's due on February 25th, not February 18th as the other assignments. So then Skype meeting. This is also due on the 25th to give you time to go and meet with your business and organize your notes. So schedule to meet with me on Skype or a link. You need to pick a time that works for your team on the schedule that is on our course SharePoint. And if you cannot meet at these times, email me so that we can schedule a different time. And credit will be given again to those members who attend this meeting. This is also a 2-week assignment. So any questions you have, please feel free to contact me. Make sure you are utilizing the questions post on our course SharePoint, and utilize the office hours. Anytime I'm on the office, unless I am recording or I'm meeting with somebody else, I am showing that I am available on link. Also, after office hours, when I'm at home, if I'm working, I will be showing myself as available. So anytime you see me available, please do not hesitate to contact me. And there is a video, Simplicity Sales, that I'm going to be sending out. This video if you can skip the singing part of it, is that it talks about the simplicity of designing a project. So these are really important tips to think about, and take some notes, and to just keep yourself reminded that design is a complex process, and sometimes more is not better. So as you're designing, think from the customer perspective. Like, what is it that the customer of your business will be looking for, and how is your design going to affect business? So I hope this clears out what is expected for this week and the course and the project part that is 2 weeks. If you have any questions, as I mentioned, please don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.